Donald Trump completely fell apart after his best friend Vladimir Putin was seen on video holding hands with another man. And no, Trump's not upset because he thinks that means something about Putin. He's upset with who the other man was, because the other man happened to be India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who was with Putin as they went to go meet with Chinese leader Xi Jinping for a summit with a total of 20 world leaders that's going to go on all week, by the way. They were all meeting to discuss moving forward as their own economic and potentially military bloc without the United States, effectively creating this new bloc of countries that will not be dependent on the U.S. for trade, is almost adversarial towards the United States in terms of military, and that's the world that Donald Trump has created. But that part didn't seem to bug him, okay? He's not upset that a new bloc of superpowers is emerging to challenge the United States. He's mad that his best friend is now best friends with somebody else. It's very sad for Trump, and I'll explain more in just a moment, but first, a quick word from today's video sponsor. By now, you know Trump's big, beautiful bill has passed, but almost no one's reporting how ICE will get nearly $40 billion of our tax money each year, making it the most heavily funded law enforcement agency in U.S. history. That's more money than most nations spend on their entire military. So much of our media is either missing the worst of this bill or twisting the language so you think it's all in your best interest. But we've seen the ICE raids ramping up. Now Trump's openly threatening to deport U.S. citizens. This should be the biggest story in America, yet it's buried. Making ground news essential right now is what all of this is doing. They're the only tool I've found exposing these blind spots in the media. By gathering the world's news in one place, organizing it by story, then analyzing just how far-right and radical each unbiased source actually is, you get way more context than you ever would anywhere else. If we're being honest, we've seen Trump's power grabs throughout history. They said never again, and that means never again everywhere. And right now, it's happening here. So if you want to stay ahead on immigration, the economy, or simply finding the stories missing from your news feeds, Ground News has you covered. Their app and website is a smarter, more reliable way to stay informed at a time when MAGA is banking on us to stay distracted. So I've partnered with them to get you 40% off the same Vantage plan that I have been using. That comes out to $5 a month for unlimited access to everything I've mentioned and so much more. Just go to ground.news/Farron or scan the QR code to subscribe. With at least another 4 years of this, we can't afford to miss these details. So as the image and video of Putin and Modi walking hand in hand into that world leader meeting, as that made the rounds, Donald Trump decided to get on Truth Social and let Putin know that Narendra Modi, and India as a country, by the way, they're not your friends. I'm your real friend. They're taking advantage of you. Here's what Trump said. What few people understand is that we do very little business with India, but they do a tremendous amount of business with us. In other words, they sell us massive amounts of goods, their biggest client, but we sell them very little. Until now, a totally one-sided relationship, and it has been for many decades. So he's signaling to Putin like, hey, you can be friends with him if you want, but just know that they typically do one-sided relationships. You'll do all the giving, and they'll just take. I don't want that for you, Vladdy. And Trump continues. The reason is that India has charged us, until now, such high tariffs, the most of any country, that our businesses are unable to sell into India. It has been a totally one-sided disaster. Also, India buys most of its oil and military products from Russia, very little from the US. They have now offered to cut their tariffs to nothing, but it's getting late. They should have done so years ago. Just some simple facts for people to ponder. You could not have sounded more like a jilted high school lover if you tried. Like that is what, oh, by the way, I'm glad you're dating her now, but just so you know, she's a taker. Just some facts for you to ponder, okay? Maybe keep that in mind. Wow. Jesus Christ. Now, I love every second of this, except, of course, the fact that we now have these other countries, including India, who we, as a country, the United States, had spent decades courting them, getting them on our side, trying to work out some good, military partnerships, trade partnerships, all of that as recently as last year with Biden when he met with Modi. So that relationship that had never quite been there was being built. Trump comes along, absolutely destroys it. And now, where's India going? You're going to Russia. They're going to China. They're going to the 17 other countries that are going to be a part of this massive bloc that is shutting out the United States. You pushed away one of the largest economies on the planet, one of the most populous countries on the planet. You did that. And in doing so, you pushed him into the arms of your best friend, the man you dream about at night. All of this is your fault, Donald. You did every bit of this to yourself. I'm sorry that you're heartbroken over it, but you have to take responsibility for ruining those relationships. Did you know that you might be missing out on wonderful content from me? I mean, you're here already because clearly you like what you see. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share them with your friends and family, but also follow me across the rest of the social media world. And it's not that hard to do. Whether it's X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, on every one of those platforms, you can find me at the username @FarronBalanced. Simple enough, right? So get on it. And if you don't feel like going to each one of those outlets individually, lucky for you, we have links in the description of this video to take you right to my pages across all of social media. So don't miss a minute. And while you're at it, make sure you're also subscribed to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel, which I have been hosting for many, many years now. We've got more than 1 million subscribers over there, and there is fresh content over there every single day of the week. So again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, go subscribe to Ring of Fire at youtube.com/The Ring of Fire and @FarronBalanced across every social media platform. That, of course, is not considered just a far-right hellscape. Well, maybe Twitter is, but that's a story for a different day.